Welcome to the In My Opinion Show with Ronald, Barrington, Robinson, and friends. Seen on the internet, 24 hours, 7 days a week. I want to introduce my very talented co-host, Miss Jackie Williams.
Good afternoon.
And Mr. Henry Hatter.
Good afternoon, Ron and Jackie.
All right. We have a lot to get to. Let's get to it. Breaking news. CNN, Facebook, and other media outlets has just reported Trump's bizarre, erratic behavior may be attributed to syphilis, a degenerative disease that affects the brain. Can't argue with that. That was breaking news, okay? More breaking news. Attorney General Barr should resign immediately. He does not represent all America as he swore an oath to do. He is President Trump's flunky. For those that witnessed his sworn testimony on national television and before members of the House of Representatives will attest. Did you know there have been 199 criminal charges, 37 indictments, and 5 Trump officials given prison sentences and more to follow? This has never happened at any time in this republic with the other 44 presidents that have governed this nation. How sad. This is not what America is. Trump has brought this nation to a new low. The American public want to see the Mueller report in its entirety, not 4 pages of Attorney General Barr's assessment. I think Trump is guilty of obstruction of justice. I also think Trump is guilty of treason, as millions of Americans do. As if all of this is not enough, it has been reported by many news sources Trump has discussed the media report with his boss, Russian President Putin. How in God's name could a U.S. president do this when the American people have not seen it? He is a traitor, plain and simple. Let's discuss this, with the panel here, okay? Breaking news this morning, or last night. Trump discussed the Mueller report with Russian President Putin. Now, there's got to be a connection there, and hopefully we're going to find it out. All right, why on earth would he discuss the Mueller report? All right, if Putin wasn't involved in it in some manner, fashion, or form. The devise, it's beyond imagination. I think people, you need to wake up and find, and get involved and see what's going on out here, to our country. Okay, we cannot allow one man to destroy a whole country. Jackie, what is your thoughts?
Regarding the phone call with Putin and Trump, they said it went on about an hour. And after receiving the Mueller report, and it definitely showed that there was some interference from Russia via social media and other points of communication, they said in the entire phone call, they laughed regarding, and Putin kind of shrugged off that, the Mueller report wasn't true. And what the news reported was they were concerned because now we know for sure with the independent counsel that it was interference from Russia. And they said in no way did Trump discipline or say to Putin, you should not do this. And what they said is doing is, because he did not rebuke him, that we're going to have more interference because we've done nothing to stop it. There's going to be more interference. And then Putin said he didn't do it, of course, and Donald Trump didn't push the issue, and they pretty much laughed. So they said they're opening up a door where we're going to probably be hacked by other people because China doesn't use the same tactic. China steals from us and do other stuff. So we are just, our democracy is right now is just open because we have done nothing to defend ourselves. And Donald Trump is, I believe he connects Russia interference with him being a legitimate president. I think that's why there was a strong regard for him not wanting to face that they actually did something, because that's what they reported several times, that in the White House you're not even allowed to talk about Russia interference in the election because he gets really upset. So I think you gave a bunch of meat, so I only can deal with one thing at a time. I think that's the real issue of why he's not, defending our own intelligence, which told us that they definitely did it. So regardless of what you think, you can think whatever you want to, but reality is reality. So that's what that is on that point.
Also too, with 17 different intelligence agencies, all right, more or less echoing the same thing, that Russia did interfere with the 2016 elections. All right, these are some of the most brightest people, the most intelligent people.
Right.
These intelligent folks, all right, that have kept this nation safe, all these years. Now you get one person in there, Trump, all right, saying that that he doesn't believe them.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a conspiracy, all right, to undermine. You know what I mean? Is this, Russia a few years ago? Okay, they lost all credibility and so forth. All right, because of things America and other nations contrive collectively to bring Russia down. So now, is this Russia's turn, okay, to inflict the same kind of, to bring America down?
The chaos. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
and Russia was our arch enemy not too long ago.
Still is.
Okay, and still is.
Still
okay. They had bombs. They had bombs ready to go in Cuba, 90 miles away from America. Now, people can say and think what they want to,
mm-hmm.
but I'm speaking. This is my opinion, shared by millions, I'm sure. That Russia has no good interest for America. I don't give a doggone how him and Trump gets along, because they're in business together. All right, to destroy America, and hopefully when the final bell rings, all right, on Trump, that he gets tried for treason, and you know what they do to people that are treasonous to this country. Okay, all we had to do is think back a few years. All right, man and wife. All right, got
the Rosensteins or Brooksteins.
Exactly.
1952.
They got what they deserved. Okay, and Trump's going to get what he deserved. Mr. Hatter, what are your thoughts?
Well, guys, I don't feel as dismal about all of this as you do. Because the United States does the same thing. We interfere with the balance of power in the world. We've always done that. Russia's always done it. Germany. And Mrs. Merkel had to tell the United States several years ago, you have been spying on us, if you guys remember that. We had to apologize to her. We admitted that we were, if you remember, but the audience out there would remember. So this is nothing new. And when we now think about in 2016, the president took the Sixth Fleet into the Sea of Japan, and all the Americans got all bent out of shape. Why don't we try to negotiate? Why don't we try to be nicer and let other countries help us settle our dispute between the little rocket man, if you recall. And now we're saying, well, we don't agree with that anymore. You can't laugh and talk to your adversaries. But Mr. Trump looked authoritative, powerful, as Putin appeared like a slave master, a slave talking to his master, Yalzabal. Remember how he's looking down? He's very short, and he was looking up at the president.
When did this happen?
I didn't see that
When
at
did this
all as
happen?
being subdued. The president appears to be subdued by the Russians.
Well, when did this happen?
It's on the internet now. If you open up the internet,
No,
you'll see
I'm
him.
saying, but when did you're not talking about when he went there?
No, it's he may be in the United States right now. Putin is. I think he is.
Well, let me
But
ask you.
now, you guys look at body language. And you say, well, he should be slapping this guy around. But he didn't. When you're comfortable, secure, and stable, you don't have to slap people around.
I agree.
Yeah, and he didn't do that.
But
he
who
smiled.
is this? Who is this? You're because I don't know this person you're talking about.
Well, we're only talking about Trump and Putin.
Oh, you couldn't be.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Couldn't be talking about him.
this is what I saw, and you saw something different.
And
and
so
I'm
did
sure
America.
that most Americans saw what I saw.
No.
That the president was not at all caving to Trump, to Putin. He was very authoritative.
How could he be authoritative when Putin is so comfortable doing what he did?
He can do that.
No, but I'm saying there was no rebuke.
When you're comfortable, you can also be the same way.
But I understand that, but you also have to deal with what's on the table. You did something against America, but let me just
But
tell you
that's
this.
always goes
You know
on.
why Trump is subdued, regardless of what you believe? Because if you go back, they did not select Trump because he was the best candidate.
Yes, they did. That's what the American people.
No.
Look, that is how the
picked
Constitution
Trump because
goes.
he was able to be manipulated.
Well, no.
Yes.
I'm talking about the election. If you're talking about the election, the American people elected Trump.
No.
And
With the
that's
help-
what you say.
with the help.
If you tamper with that, you
Right.
probably tear this whole country apart.
No, you're not
gotta
going to
leave
tear about, but you
some
need to deal with
sleeping dogs
reality.
lie.
The reality
Because the American
is,
people will tear this country up if you try to.
the
move
reality
the president.
is what they found in the Mueller report. Let's go back.
And that's an
Trump
interpretation.
no, it's not an interpretation. It's an
interpretation.
investigation.
Well,
and they
interpret-
found several occurrences where they were willing to receive information and
Who
help
was?
his team.
Well, was that the president? Does the president have?
It's his team.
It's his
Absolute.
team.
Hang on, guys. Does the president, unless the president actually does it, and you have proof that he does it, you can't accuse him of doing something without
They
evidence.
do have proof.
How?
They showed
Has the
several
president
meetings.
admitted it?
He's
He's
not
a
gonna
liar.
admit it.
He's a liar.
He
No,
is
guys,
the
hold on.
champion of
We
falsehood
are a nation of laws.
that he breaks
And
every day
Well,
and twice on Sunday.
we're,
Every day.
We're a nation of laws, and we better let the people who run this country continue to run it, and we back off.
Not Trump. Not Trump.
No,
Or we'll
no.
all be dead.
Oh my goodness.
We'll
Yeah.
all be dead.
Yeah, I'm
surprised
and I say,
at you, Henry.
and
I'm
no,
surprised.
I'm
Because
I
you're
stand
a
up.
history buff.
Yeah.
And we don't live in a dictatorship. We
don't live in a
country.
dictator. The
They said
American-
his whole ideal of being a leader is for him to be a dictator. That's why he is gravitated towards Putin, and that's why he likes North Korea, because they're able to dictate and not listen
Not
to
all the
everybody
American
else.
people feel that sentiment.
Really?
No, they don't. They think that he's doing his job. He is protecting America from us and our enemies.
How is he protecting us if he doesn't listen to our intelligence? How is he
What
protecting us?
intelligence?
He said he's more intelligent. You're right. What intelligence does he have? You're right.
What
But
intelligence?
he's-
These guys.
Oh, my goodness, Henry.
We're being annoyances, and won't let the president get on about his business of.
What business do he have? He
the-
watched TV till 2:00.
Well,
He's not doing anything.
I'll
All
let
he's
you talk
doing.
first, and then I'll follow.
No, you go ahead and you just give us the rest of your theory. Go ahead. I'll listen.
Thank you. But I think the president is doing a good job for the country. Now, he makes mistakes. He's a mortal man. He's not perfect. He's not God. He's not Christ. He is a man, like all of us are. We have flaws,
Right.
and we have to deal with the president and his flaws. We have to pull him. We have to rein him in once in a while.
When you gonna do it? When
And-
you gonna rein him in?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Hang on. But when am I going to rein in? That's a question that doesn't make any sense.
Sure it
Yeah, it
does.
does.
Well, I can't rein him
No,
in.
I understand.
You know that.
Particularly
But the
can't rein him
American
in.
people will, if Trump is doing something vitally wrong against this country, the American people will rein him in. And it's the American people that have control of this country, not the president.
No, who is supposed to give a check to the president?
The people.
There's three branches of government.
it's three branches of
No,
government,
no.
and they're supposed to make sure that he is staying within his rights.
But the American people are still in control of the country. When
they vote, they are.
You're looking at the political arm of government.
Well,
And that's all it is. It's
That's
political.
But it's
It's
not
this
just a
side
political;
versus that
it's a
side.
check and balance. Because
a
if you
check
don't
and balance
have
based upon political
but if
views.
you don't have a check and balance, sometimes you get, like you said, who is going to rein you in? That's why there's
The American people will rein in the
No, I'm
president.
going to use your own words. You said that when they put together the Constitution,
Yes.
these are your words,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
When they put together the Constitution, it's a check and balance.
Yes.
If you're not going to allow them to check and balance and you're going to fight everybody that check you, then who is going to check you?
But the checks and balances are condemning to the president, not based on the truth or facts.
Yes, it is. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Who says that?
Just
Okay.
because the president doesn't know how to spell certain things, and that
Oh, my
he
goodness.
occasionally gets his facts mixed up.
Occasionally.
Hang on, guys. I'm trying to be serious here, so that the American people can listen to me.
Okay.
And they
go
are
ahead.
most likely to believe me if I say something that's credible and that's worthwhile and that makes sense
Yeah.
and that's fair and just to the President of the United States, who is my president.
Okay.
I have no right to condemn the president if the people have ordered him to do what he is doing. And many American people are comfortable with the way the country is going. He now has a rating that's is it 55%?
What?
No.
55.
No.
What is
No,
it?
he hasn't.
37.
He hasn't
No, I
raised
think-
above 40%
No, I think this has to do with
with the economy.
economy.
Oh, okay.
55%.
He
I
did
agree.
not start the economy that
Oh, here we go
that we're
again.
experiencing
No,
today.
no.
All right.
Here we go
Stop
again.
playing to your Republican base, Henry.
No.
All right, because
We
it's
know
bullshit.
No.
Uh-oh.
I know that Obama did some things that helped, but so did the president before then. These
But-
things are all connected. I'm taking nothing away from Obama, guys. I want you to know that.
Right.
But I'm giving the president his due.
Under Trump, okay, the we have never seen as much money as the nation is going into debt.
The debt ratio.
What is it? $3 billion, $3 trillion dollars. Never in history.
Oh, thanks.
Under Trump.
Well-
okay. Let me ask you this question:
Okay.
Is spying the same as treason?
No.
Okay. All right.
I'd have to think about it.
See, there's a
wait.
big difference between spying and treason. All right. Yeah. One thing, a couple things that you did say that I agree with. We are in other people's business too.
Yeah,
all
we're
right.
always
Okay.
we're kind to condemn
I'm
other
sure-
people.
and I'm
we're
sure-
not taking what the effort that Democrats have made and adding to it. And the president, now a Republican, he's adding to this building block of our stability and our well-being. And we don't appreciate it. We want to take those credits away from him. But he's doing a good
What
job.
credit?
He's-
What credit could we attribute to
you
him?
just
What?
condemned them for
What-
the last
what-
10
what-
minutes.
what-
We've been
what-
condemning the president.
What can we
I
attribute
give
to him?
I give him his numbers. He's adding
Okay.
jobs. Jobs have increased. I give him that.
But that's
But they were saying that, once you break it down, yes, the overall number is good. The economy, they say, is growing. They said wages are increasing. They said inflation is not raising up really high. I give him that due.
You
I
want
give him
all of that to happen at one time. You raise
No, I'm
inflation too
saying-
high. If you
No, I'm
raise
saying
wages
that's
too
what he's-
rapidly, guess what happens to inflation?
Yeah.
It goes up the ceiling.
No, I'm saying these are the things that he has.
Things have to be done methodically. They
Yeah.
have to be done and
Henry,
balanced
I was
and
giving
hope
him a compliment.
that I hope so. But we need to, and we have the Democrats to come along and say, well, maybe this could be done a little bit better, and we need to improve this and that,
Right.
so on and so forth, so that we move the way that the Constitution had hoped that we move our country.
Well, that's what most people want, is the Constitution to be followed.
That's
all
right. That's right.
Not every time you dislike
Disagree.
something, all right, you refuse to do what's right, what the Constitution says, all right. That's what, when they had that Constitutional Convention in 1776, all right, when everything was
Not
written.
the Constitution. That was the Constitution Convention was 88.
Okay, but whatever the boys did in Philadelphia, all right.
Right.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need something to follow.
Right.
But every time it seems like here lately, I've never seen the country in such an uproar as it is.
Well, you guys, we're moving away from a
It's been-
racial system to a multicultural or a diverse system. Lots of things are changing.
But no,
women are moving out of the
Republican-
holes into the platform and exercising.
I agree with that.
A lot of
I agree
things are
with that.
changing, and a lot
Sure.
of changes.
But
are
some
not
things should not change.
All right.
What?
Orders should not change. Kids from school should be able to watch Senate, when they have their hearings, they should be able to watch the President of the United States speak without violation, because what it is regardless to how he receives it or understands it, he is the leader of the United States.
I'm not going to argue with that.
And he should act accordingly. And it's sad that we can't have someone speak without derogatory statements towards other people, and we wonder why our school system have bullies and all that kind of stuff.
We've always had bullies.
No, but not to this level. Not to this level.
I was
Because
impacted by a lot of bullying.
what you do is, regardless to you receiving it or not, people take their orders from leadership at the top, and that's why we have an increase of hate crimes. Is because we're talking.
You can't go there.
Yes, we can. Yes,
We've always
we can.
had hate crime.
No, not to this level.
Hang on. No.
Not to this level.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Are you asking
Yes,
him?
yes, I agree.
You know he agrees with me.
You don't believe that we've had hate crimes?
No, we have had hate crimes, but
the bodies along the
Did you not see that
Mississippi
there's
River.
a spike? Did you not know there's a huge spike in hate crimes?
Oh, but that's not necessarily against one race of people. But we've had hate crimes for a long time.
No,
We're
I'm not
better
saying
off
we
to
don't.
date than we've ever been.
Right now, Henry, they just put the stats out. We have more hate crimes because
But it's spread out over a bigger population.
no, we have more hate crimes towards Jews. We have more hate crimes towards blacks. More hate crimes towards Hispanics.
Where do they happen?
Huh?
Where are they?
They're in
'Cause I
the
never see them.
churches because, and a lot of them are afraid of the overtake because people have been saying statements about they're coming here to take your job. And so if you look at some of the hate crimes, because they did a special on it, they said, look at some of the hate crimes. They're afraid that they're going to lose their status in the United States.
Oh, well, do you believe that when other people come in, we don't have enough jobs?
Hang on.
Let me finish the question. We don't have enough jobs for the people that live here now.
Where do you get your information from?
Hang on. They're not even qualified. The United States has to borrow intelligence from other countries like Japan, China, India, to run our industries. That's why if you go in the hospital, guess what? You very seldomly find an American name,
That's
like
right.
Smith or Jones.
Right.
What's your last name?
Williams, and you're right.
You don't find that.
No, we
You
don't. Ahmad,
guys,
all kinds of different names.
Because we have to derive our intelligence from other areas. We're the most privileged people in the world, and yet we can't seem to make our country work. Other people don't have the privilege that we have. And yet we sit here and complain about the country in every way that you can, and while other people are trying to get in. If we could get some of the people to move out, we could create jobs for those moving in.
Well, they have to be educated to get those jobs. And so you want to deal with that, let's really deal with that. We have people here that don't want jobs. They don't want those jobs. They're not pursuing those jobs. If we can take, now if you want to learn something from another country, take the initiative that they have. China, they go to school all year
we're
round.
on the same page now.
Yeah,
We're on
I
the same
agree
page.
with you because they go to school all year round so they can. Our kids, we don't push them like we should, and we're not where we need to be.
Kids
You're
have
right.
rights under the law. They
Yeah.
will not take pushing
No.
from school officials, from parents,
No,
from the law.
I totally
Nobody.
agree.
They don't take it. We're privileged. We
Yeah.
have to let that run this course.
I said to my young people all the time, there is somebody always studying to replace your job because they are willing to work the extra hours. They're willing to do the extra work, and we are not. So we should learn from what's coming in. Learn from them. Learn from the people that are so hungry to have something versus being entitled. I totally agree with you.
Well, Jackie, you defeated me. I cannot argue with that. Whatever you said then I agree, folks.
Yeah, I totally agree with you when you were saying that, we have to be better with who we are. But we're not motivated here to
Well,
do.
who should do the motivating? Who should be the motivator?
Well, your number one motivator should come from your house, your parents. They should be
How
your
well
first
are parents doing that? Parents, a lot of parents are afraid of their kids.
They what?
Afraid of their kids.
Oh, that kind of threw
Thanks
me
to
off a
the
little
way
bit.
the
Yeah,
law,
'cause
the laws have changed, and they
I don't care
have.
what law it is. I'm not afraid of my child.
I'm not afraid of mine either.
Guys, if
Yeah.
you guys don't want me to come down to Jackson to see you,
You go ahead and lock me up. Lock me up. Because I'm going
sorry,
to discipline anything that I take care of. Do you understand?
That's right.
That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. They need to go back to what worked. You know what I'm saying? When we were growing up, you in the school terrorizing, your parent is going to be the terrorist, okay? She going to come and terrorize you.
yeah, but there are laws now that we.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
If you step, like you said, what happened to
And I
us?
wish the Democrats would do something to corral these, to produce laws that work again, so that we can motivate our kids, care for them, and fund them in schools. We need to have
It
more
needs
money.
to be bipartisan because it needs to come on both sides. Because what it is,
Thank you.
The reason why
you.
it needs to be bipartisan is because a lot of Republicans' kids go to private schools.
And that's bad?
And-
Illegally.
No. I'm
And-
saying they go to
illegally,
private.
too.
They go to private schools. They go to private schools, and they're not subjected to this, so they don't see the real problem. So when you're not in a part of what's really going on from both sides, you don't understand the needs. Because in private schools, you don't have those problems, but in public schools, you're subjected to those issues.
Jackie, that's only partially true. Think about all of the teachers here in Flint. They didn't send their kids to Flint schools. They put them in Clio and Goodrich and Grand Blanc. And while they taught in these schools here,
You're
think
right.
about it.
I know you're right.
And so, it's not just Republicans that go
You're
to
right.
good schools,
You're right.
but even the people who look like me, they send their kids to the best schools.
Or look like me.
Okay, I didn't
Or
know.
me.
Okay. So you guys, we have been. Who's been fooling who?
You're right. That's a good point. I give you when you're right, I agree with you. I mean, I totally agree. That is an issue that we have because if you look at the suburban schools, as you're stating, you see the difference because parent-teacher conference, you can't even find a parking spot. Our parent-teacher conference in the city of Flint, you can park wherever you like because people aren't coming. But if you tell them that, somebody said on Facebook the other day that if we prepare for the prom like we do for education, we would be bad. Because at the prom, you got people lined up everywhere, but a parent-teacher conference where your child is excelling or not excelling, they're not in attendance. So I totally agree.
Ron, we're getting too cozy with each other now. We've solved the problem, and they've agreed with me that I'm right.
Take a picture
That
of
the
us.
Republicans are on the right track.
No.
No.
You were doing good. Now you done went off. You went off script.
With that, people, we have to bring the In My Opinion shows to a close for now. Glad that you've joined us. This is Ronald Barrington Robinson for the In My Opinion show. Stay focused.